Look, another Volkswagen Golf. This time it's a Mk3. It's a bit longer than normal, isn't it? Where's that great big pillar that goes down there, the super blind spot? They took that pillar and split it in half and moved it over there so they could fit another window in. Clever, eh? Clever, but inoffensive. Nondescript. If you didn't know what this car was, would you know what it was? No, you wouldn't. If you did though, you might do, but you probably don't. Or do you? It's probably fair to say that it is unmistakably Volkswagen though, because it doesn't really shout anything else. It is clearly a very old car, and it does have old styling, but as with all Volkswagens, they never really looked particularly forward-thinking, stylish or modern. It's more about function, yes. The car that you buy because you want it to function every day for years and years. They're a durable old beast, but even these have become a bit rare now. But then it should do, because the Mark IV is over 20 years old. How old's this one? I'll tell you, it's as old as what I look like in my flat cap. Anyway, let's have a little chat about it. What about its styling, of which there isn't a great deal of? It still does have some. It has swage lines, which are there for the purpose of needing to have them. Wheels, which are there for the purpose of going round. You see, Volkswagen didn't want to try and reinvent the wheel, because you can't. You'd still end up with a wheel, and that's what those are. Around the front, it's rather familiar. It looks pretty much just like the Mark IV, but not quite as wide, and a little bit more dopey. Yeah, I think that's the correct word. Yeah, it just looks kind of a bit soft. I say soft, I mean just not challenging in any way whatsoever. As with pretty much any car though, look at it closely enough, look at it long enough, and you start to see other things. Citroen GSA for one thing, and then Fiesta XR2. I bet you wasn't expecting that, was you? Nope. Well, neither was I. I think the whole styling down the side got copied by the Skoda Fabia. But really, this car as an estate car, it doesn't look like they put much effort into designing that bit either. I'm sure that the Golf, Mark III, Mark IV, otherwise, they're all very good cars. They simply don't have anything to look at. It's a bit like going into a pre-installation art gallery. Anyway, let's get on with some quality observations. Door shut sounds. Ready? Bit flabby. Bit flabby. The interior is properly of its time though. Look at this. Look at these seats. Look at these wonderful colours everywhere. These doors always sound a bit better from the inside. Rear legroom is very good. It's better than I was expecting. Look at this headlining though. This headlining is certainly unusual. Which I must say, I like it in the back of here though. This is where it starts to feel much more retro. The feel of the materials and the amount of airiness in the back of here. Yeah, airiness. It does have that kind of airiness about it. Maybe it's because it's an estate car and there's a bit more room out the back. Into the front then, and we have wind down windows. Kind of a refreshing change. Functional but lacking in any kind of real flair dashboard, with controls that all look like they're purposeful and don't break. Same with the vents, same with the dash. And here we have it, 141,000 miles on the clock. What about the quality? Yeah, that's good, isn't it? That's good. Good quality, yes. Well done, Golf. Well done. Well done, gentlemen's only, ladies forbidden. The thing I've noticed though is the carpets. They started doing these carpets long before everybody else, it would seem. I've just opened the bonnet, and as you'd expect, underneath the bonnet there is an engine, although you'd struggle to find it. A huge empty gap with a lump of cast iron in the middle. And this is a 1.9 diesel, although I'm not convinced it is. It looks a bit too small for that. Other features this car has I do like are the roof rails. Yes, an estate car should have roof rails. It just gives it that bit of extra function. And sometimes function can be style. Yeah? Yeah. Rusty Love. Sounds a bit like a 1970s porn star. Into the boot. The boot is big and the boot is low, a nice low ledge. It makes a really good place for sitting. So it'd be a good picnic car. And it's got an alternator just there. Not sure whether that's a gift or whether it's broken. The tow bar could be quite dangerous though there. Just trying to stay warm. Taking the Mk3 Golf diesel for a little drive, and just like you'd expect, it just practically drives itself. Gear change is easy, the steering operates the front wheels and allows you to go around corners, and it has brakes. I'm not sure they're that fantastic, but they're certainly adequate. For the moment though, my favourite part of driving this car is it's got heating, because it's jolly cold outside. Nobody likes to be cold, except for, I don't know, polar bears. But they're not really relevant to this test drive, or for any of my test drives, except for that particular car that looks a bit like a polar bear. I can't remember which one it is. This has got a normally aspirated diesel engine, so expect almost no get up and go. Not that I'd noticed that there's anything wrong with the way it goes so far. Actually, this steering cover it's got a steering cover on it which isn't gripping the steering wheel quite as well as it should do, which means maybe putting more steering input into than what the car's actually doing. Yeah, this is the performance run route. We go up to 40 miles per hour, and there we go, it's done it. It's actually done it without any real effort. 63 brake horsepower is the huge amount of oomph this car has, and unless you want to be doing anything irresponsible, I'm going to say that actually it's enough to make it go along. It's not as painfully slow as I was expecting, and that's because it's 63 brake horsepower, but probably lots and lots of torque. It's a bit lollopy, but it sticks to the corners okay. It went round that roundabout then. I didn't have to change my mind halfway through. Just picture that image. You're going round the roundabout and you're not satisfied with the way the car steers, and you just give up. Nah, I'll just got the curb instead. Honestly, no, it's much better than I was expecting. Look, I'm catching up with that tractor for a start. And now we come to the point where we turn around and go back up the other way. And I have a little thought here. As with Mark IV Golf, to look at it doesn't really have much to look at. And to drive, it just drives like a car. It doesn't do anything particularly exciting, but it's just a little bit smiley. It's got some, oh look, David Cameron's on his bike. It's actually got something I quite like about it. And I don't know what it is, and that's a really good thing. Maybe the Mark IV Golf was where things just went wrong. And the thing that made the Golf a likeable car in the first place is still here in this one. And then they took that away because it wasn't necessary. How efficient is that? And behind the levitating truck. What's brilliant about driving cars I've never driven before is not knowing what to expect. I mean, to a degree I know what to expect. I know the Golf isn't going to be exciting to look at because I can already see it. I've only got to look at a picture to know that. But the surprising part is how likeable it actually is. Volkswagen really cocked up when they made the Mark IV. So, the Mark III Golf, actually quite a pleasant surprise. It puts me in mind of the same kind of feeling you get with old Volvos. Making decent, durable cars without showing off. That's what this is all about. But not so decent that it loses all of its character. My presumption is character in a car is the result of a flaw. But maybe it's not. It's still a mystery for me, okay? It's still a mystery. Right, okay, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. I'm sure you have done it. If you haven't done, it's about time you did. And thank you very much to all of my channel members because I really appreciate what you do. Don't forget to like.